Are you sick and tired of gambling your hard-earned money on Madden and 2K packs? Well, look no further than my sponsor, MMOEXP, for the cheapest and most reliable Madden and 2K coins on the market. And of course, do not forget to use code Ferdy for 5% off. A link for their website is at the top of the description. Today, we are updating the running back tier list, and today felt like the perfect day for this video. Not only was the RB tier list super outdated, we also got 2 legend running backs today, so today felt like the right day to update this. And don't worry, I am going to be covering Emmett Smith and Larry Zanka for our first 2 cards today, but some new names on here. We have 90 speed LT. Obviously, Marshawn Lynch came out, I think, a day before the last tier list. We got Christian Okoye down here at B tier as a fullback. 88 speed Cordero Patterson, Ricky Williams. We have both 89 and 88 overall Edgerrin James. They're, I guess, dumbed down collectible versions of their cards. Both have 88 speed. Both are pretty good, honestly. Like, you could definitely use them. And we got Bo Jackson, the 4-mile Bo Jackson. Antonio Gibson down here. Austin Eckler's down here. Brian Robinson, Dameon Pierce, James Robinson. So a bunch of new names already on here, but let's get started today with the brand new LTD Larry Zanka. So this Zanka card is actually pretty unique, a little bit different than what I was expecting when I saw it was going to be Larry Zanka. I really thought that they were going to give him better fullback stats, and you guys can't see them here, but if we go to show all ratings or whatever, or if we just compare him to, like, let's just do, we'll do Joe Perry, for example, like Joe Perry, and we get Zanka up here. I should be able to see the fullback stats pretty well. So, like for a fullback Zanka card, I mean, the impact block's good. But like the run block, the lead block, not as good as I thought it was going to be. The strength's okay. But as far as you playing him as a traditional fullback, might not be, I mean, he's still going to be good. He's still going to be better than what a running back would be. But I'm surprised on a Zanka card that it's just not better. And for his discounted abilities, this is where this card, I think, does kind of separate himself. Because of the bruiser, 1 AP, goal line back, 1 AP, reach for it, 1 AP, backlash, 1 AP, a bunch of really good abilities for 1 AP. So as a power back, if you're someone that does love power backs, I do think there is a better power back option in the game, which we'll talk about in a little bit. But Zanka's still good. I'm gonna put Zanka low S tier. He's gonna end up being low S tier with the 90 speed. But it's like, if he didn't have the good abilities, he'd probably be high A tier. But because he gets a bunch of really good, cheap power back abilities that are gonna get a lot of usage, I think he is S tier. And also can play some fullback if you do need him to as well. And of course, here is the brand new Emmett Smith. He's finally back in MUT. Since Madden 20, we have not seen an Emmett Smith card somehow. I don't know how that's even possible, but he's now the fastest running back in the game, which might be a little bit Mickey Mouse because he has 88 acceleration. If he had the speed and acceleration to match, he would 100% feel like he has that 92 speed. But because of this, you have to take a little bit longer to get to that top speed than what you might be used to, but good agility. The COD's there. His card's really good, very well rounded, can run routes. And for his abilities, we'll go over here to his discounts. Abilities, does get 1 AP evasive, 1 AP RB apprentice, 1 AP shorten, 1 AP backfield mismatch. So a bunch of really good abilities. This might as well just be 1 AP jukebox because the spin move in this year's game, not good. I would have rather have seen him with 1 AP jukebox. But with all that being said, I watched some gameplay on this card. He is 5'9", 210, so he's not the biggest guy. But some people, I sometimes do prefer smaller backs. I sometimes do. It just kind of comes down to your play style as a running back. And right now in this game, there's a lot of variety. So Emmett Smith's going to end up near the top of S tier for sure. A really nice card, 92 speed, fastest in the game, can do a little bit of everything, break tackles, all that good stuff. We're kind of starting to see a lot of these backs that are the same, like Emmett, Walter, guys like that. Even Terrell Davis is kind of in that same boat. So there's a lot of super top tier backs right now in this game. So now we have the Season 2 free Dalvin Cook. Anyone and everyone will get this card if you are just playing this game. I think I already got mine maybe. But yeah, 91 speed, 88 acceleration. I played this card a couple times. He's an 88 overall, so a lot of like these stats aren't going to be where a lot of these 90, 92 cards are. But still, 91 speed right now is still good. The acceleration, again, could be a thing. But yeah, 5'10", 210. And he actually does get a pretty good ability. He gets 2 AP evasive, which again, might as well just be jukebox. If you are going to run this card, maybe just go juke. I don't know. Evasive doesn't hurt to run though. Maybe you get in a spot where you got to spin. But yeah, spin moves in this game, like I'm going to say again, just are not good. I do not care about spin move ratings this year. So we're going to throw, I would say, I didn't even do that, but I would throw like Dalvin like in this LT range, very similar cards. Dalvin is faster, but LT, I guess, has better stats like juke and pass catching and stuff like that. So, yeah, and also LT gets 1 AP jukebox as well. So maybe I put LT ahead of Dalvin, but it is actually pretty close. So now we have another completely free card, and that is 89 overall Ezekiel Elliott. I was scared when they first revealed this card because they only gave him 86 speed, but that was wrong. He's got 89 speed, 88 acceleration. Obviously now on a Dallas team you have Emmett, who you could run, but I don't know, on a Dallas team, +2 speed, 91 speed Zeke, 6 foot, 228 pounds. Pretty good stats, the juke, the COD. I mean, actually, not really what I would think on a Zeke card. I feel like he'd have much better, like at least 90 break tackle on an 89 Zeke is what I would feel like they would do, but they didn't. And for the abilities, does get 1 AP jukebox, so he's going to feel a lot more agile than what these stats might suggest, because you can just, you know, kind of just do the super skip juke. If you haven't seen that video, it's up on the channel, or just skip juke or just juke, whatever you want to do. 1 AP jukebox, super nice, super nice. So, yeah, we're going to throw Zeke. I think Zeke, because of his abilities, no, I think Zeke's probably down here. I'm going to put Zeke high B tier. Again, if those stats are a little bit better, yeah, we have Saquon who gets 1 AP jukebox. Saquon's 1 speed slower. Saquon does way more than Zeke. I mean, there's definitely a bunch of factors, but I think he's in this Okoye, Saquon, Cordero Patterson range. Yeah, I'm going to put him high B tier. Okay, so now we're diving into some Team Diamond running backs and getting started here with Matt Forte. Matt Forte is actually a really good card I have on my Jets team, so my view of this card might be a little bit skewed because I have +2 speed, and obviously 92 speed with 96 acceleration on a theme team's nasty, but we're going to rank this card based on he wasn't on a theme team. 218, 6'2", good pass catcher, also has, you know, good break tackle, a good juke move. Not really that power back, he's a receiving back, and for his abilities, does get 2 AP RB apprentice and 1 AP backfield mismatch. Would have loved to have seen like a 1 AP jukebox or something like that. I feel like a lot of these Team Diamond cards don't have the best pre-baked abilities. Like, their pre-baked and discounted abilities, or they're just called discounted abilities this year, aren't at the level of like these AKA legend cards. So that's why you might not see them as high on the tier list. But Matt Forte, definitely a solid card with good acceleration. And if you are someone that likes throwing the ball to your running back, definitely a good option. If you have a Bears or Jets team, I think he is probably the best. I mean, now Walter exists. Walter exists for the Bears, but for the Jets, I think he is the best option. So we're going to throw Matt Forte. I'm going to throw him up here in front of Beast Mode. I guess Beast Mode, if you want to throw the ball more to your running back, go Forte. If you like the power back play style, go Beast Mode. But these cards are pretty equal, in my opinion. So, yeah, Matt Forte, high A tier. And so now we have a fullback that can legitimately play running back, and that's Keith Byers. This card is really impressive. 6'4", 238 pounds, and the speed might not be on the level of a lot of these A tier guys. But I'm telling you, if you have one of his theme teams, Dolphins, Eagles, Jets, or Patriots, you have to try out this card, not only as your fullback. If you don't use a fullback, he can legitimately play running back for you. It's the size. It's the way that he's, like, kind of shifty as well. Like, the COD, where's the COD? It's not going to show me. Let's go to compare. Show all ratings. COD, I don't even know. It's 88. On a fullback, that's really good. Also, 82 deep route running on this card. Okay. Short route running should be pretty good, too. Yeah, 88 short route running. My lord. Yeah, a really good card. And, again, I think Joe Perry might have the edge on him as far as fullbacks that can play running back, but I don't know. This card's size and versatility is pretty impressive. It's pretty impressive. And the strength, yeah, I think he's definitely like a low to mid A tier kind of card. And I honestly might put him up here in front of LT. I really might. Even not on a theme team, even though he's 1 speed slower than, LaDainian and 2 speed slower than Dalvin. It's the size, it's the pass catching ability. And also, I didn't even show you his pre-baked. Does get 2 AP tanked and 1 AP backfield mismatch, which definitely will turn him into a good pass catcher out of the backfield. And like I said, can play fullback and can legitimately play running back in this game. And next up, we have another fullback who I just mentioned. That's Joe Perry. So, I mean, Keith is kind of elusive too. Joe Perry's a little bit smaller, but Joe Perry's going to have that +2 speed over Keith, which I think does put him up a tier. But yeah, legitimate running back stats. And the reason why I have Joe where I have him on today's tier list is because of the 1 AP jukebox at fullback. I mean, I understand not everyone uses a fullback, but just having that out there, and even just having like the pass block, like when you block your running back, is just so nice to have. Like, it's the versatility of these cards that I really like having fullbacks and having tight ends. This year, EA is just juicing these cards. Like look at Pete Mezzalars, or however you say his name. Dude has 95 short route running, can run block. He's 6'7" with good speed. Like, it's these tight ends and these fullbacks this year that I really, really like, because EA's making them super well-rounded. And Joe's another example. 91 speed, the acceleration higher than the speed. Kind of a small fullback. He looks more like a Gale Sayers out there. Not like your traditional fullback. He's not as big as a Keith Byers or Christian Okoye. but still a really good card. And I think at running back, he's a really good option. So we're going to throw my man Joe Perry up here. If you want more power, I'd go Zanka. If you want more of an elusive guy, I'd go Joe Perry. So, yeah, I'd probably interchange these two cards. They're pretty much equals, in my opinion, based on your play style. So for our last team diamond running back, we have Terrell Davis. 91 speed, 89 acceleration. This card reminds me the most stat-wise of Walter. Obviously, I don't think he has the pre-baked abilities that Walter has. Walter gets 0 AP jukebox, which is insane, but we'll talk about that in a second. But yeah, 91 speed, 89 acceleration, the good juke, the carrying's there, the trucking, the COD, the break tackle. He's 5'11", 211, so can definitely hold his own out there. A pretty decent pass catcher with 70 catching and 75 short route running. And if I were to run this card, the abilities I would go with is I'd run 2 AP jukebox and 0 AP recuperation. I think recuperation is really good, especially if you're going to be running the ball a lot. Recuperation definitely is worth it. And I know he does get evasive, but like I've been saying, the spin move literally does not matter this year. It does not work, so don't even try running evasive. Just go 2 AP jukebox and 0 AP recuperation on Terrell Davis if you are going to be running this card. That's what I suggest. So yeah, Terrell Davis, I think for sure is an S tier option at running back. I would put him in front. Would I put him in front of Zanka and Joe Perry? I don't know. I probably would put them. I'm going to put him in between because I feel like it's like, but Joe Perry kind of has the stats too. I'm going to put him here. I'm going to put him like at the same level as Joe Perry, but Joe Perry can definitely do more because he has the run block and pass block stuff. So I might put Terrell Davis kind of low S tier-ish. You could debate him maybe over Zanka. I don't know. There's a lot of good running back, a lot of good top tier running back talent in this game right now. A lot of variety at the running back position. Like you could really run any of these S tier guys and just be okay. So now, of course, we have the man himself, Walter Payton. So 5'10", 200. When I first used this card, I thought the weight was going to be a problem. I promise you it's not a problem. This card breaks tackles. He's throwing people all over the place. Has basically 90 in all of the running stats besides, I guess, carrying, which I didn't notice that being a problem. It's not like fumbles are that crazy this year. But yeah, 92 juke, 93 break tackle, the COD, the stiff arm, the trucking, even 85 short route running with 76 catching. And the speed and acceleration match each other, 80 strength. This card's really good. And we look at the abilities. My favorite thing about this card is the fact that he does get 0 AP jukebox, which is just nasty. Just run 0 AP jukebox, and that's really all you have to do. Or you could run his first one, free sweetness, with the 0 AP jukebox, and that is just straight up, just nasty, because not only are you missing, the first tackler is going to miss every single time when you juke, it's also a really good juke animation. So you have, you could definitely run whatever you want on this card. I really do think Walter, he has stats that are top tier, abilities, discounted X factors, special X factors. Yeah, I'm going to put Walter, I'm going to put him in front of Emmett. I think I'm going to put him in front of Emmett. I think, Emmett does get good. Emmett does get good abilities, but I would probably take Walter's. That +3 acceleration, you know what I mean? It's close. I think it's very close because, Emmett has the better catching, the better, it's a good battle either way, if Emmett, I think, had the acceleration that Walter had, I would probably put maybe Emmett over him a little bit. But I don't know. I think I'm going to put Walter in front of Emmett here today. I think I'm going to do it. Drop a comment down below. What do you think? But I just love that Walter card. I really did. But they could be basically equals. The +1 speed. They're very similar stat-wise. It's close. It is definitely close. Like, you got to split hairs to kind of rank these cards right now, man. So now we have another AKA running back, and that's going to be Edgerrin James, 91 speed. The 94 acceleration on this card is just straight up nasty. With this speed, it's really good. 90 agility. This card, I feel like, does get overlooked a little bit. I definitely feel like he does. His price tag's on the way down. Maybe if you wait it out a little bit. He's dipped under 300K recently, which is pretty impressive. I guess you guys can't see that, but his price is dipping. You guys see right here, it's a nice dip. Maybe he got overlooked because he was going for this much when he first came out, but this price tag, I feel definitely comfortable buying this card. But it's the acceleration for me, it's the speed, it's the pass catching, which is super elite, and also the size at 6'2", 219 pounds. This card's really good, and also they cheated his spin move, which is beautiful, because now you can put those stats elsewhere, and it does show with the good strength, the pass catching. A very versatile card that was definitely overlooked for sure. So we're gonna put, I think he's up here in the Emmett Smith, Walter Payton range. I definitely do, and I should probably go back and show you guys the pre-bakes. Does get 1 AP jukebox, and the ankle breaker and the RB apprentice 1 AP. Really nice card, especially if you're someone that does like throwing the ball out of the backfield. And I honestly might put him in front of Emmett. Yes, one less speed than Emmett, but the 94 acceleration on this card it's in that top tier, and the size combination. Yeah, I'm putting Edgerrin up here in front of Emmett Smith. Yeah, I would definitely put Walter in front of Emmett. Look, like thinking about it after seeing Edgerrin, so I would put Walter in front of Edgerrin. I would. That one's even kind of close too, though. If Walter had 1 AP jukebox, I'd probably have them as equals, but I just love the 0 AP jukebox. I just love it. I really do. That's what kind of separates these super top tier cards. They're all good, but obviously they're not all created equal, which adds more variety because you have some guys that have the discounted abilities and some guys don't. Some guys have 0 AP stuff. Some guys have 1 AP stuff. Some guys have better discounted abilities. That's kind of what sets a lot of these cards apart. Even though Emmett does get good pre-bakes or good discounted, I don't know. The size, the acceleration, the speed is just too much for me on Edgerrin James. So now we have the most feared Derrick Henry, and I've seen a lot of mixed opinions about this card, but I'm telling you that anyone can use this card. Even if you're an elusive back guy, Derrick Henry is one of the most frustrating cards to face, and it's for the main reason that he's 255, 6'3". That's the main reason. Yes, the speed and acceleration aren't going to knock your socks off, and the juke move, and all these things, but it's the weight on this card that, yeah, you might not be able to finish that big run if you do break one, but it's just the 5-yard carries over and over and over and over and over again that are just going to frustrate you to the point beyond belief. Like, best power back in the game right now is Derrick Henry. We go to the abilities: 1 AP bruiser, 1 AP goal line back, 1 AP tank, which the discounted abilities are at the level of a Zanka, but he's got 20 pounds on Zanka. And I know I don't want to factor this in, but look at this price tag. This card is just so worth picking up and trying, because he's just so frustrating to play against. He really is. The pass catching is a problem on this card. I've had a couple drops with him when I was using him. But yeah, if you're a runner, that power back, that 1 AP, the animations, the air trucking, Derrick Henry is just straight up ridiculous. So yeah, he might not have the speed of these S tier guys, but I'm gonna throw him. Man, I really think he's like above all these S tier guys. I know, call me crazy, and until we get a power back that gets 0 AP bruiser, Derrick Henry I think is the best power back in this game right now. And I know he doesn't have the 92, the 91 speed. Might call me crazy, but just try the card out. Please try the card out before you want to knock down Derrick Henry. The card is just straight up nasty. Or maybe you guys agree with me, I don't know, but I feel like I might get a couple comments about how I have Derrick Henry above all these 91, 92 speed guys, even Walter. But this card, there's not a card I would rather not face in this game right now than Derrick Henry. When I see Derrick Henry, I get frustrated. And I'm actually happy that they dropped all these flashy names and we have so much variety, because you don't see Derrick Henry every game. If Derrick Henry was the only guy up here, you'd face him every single game, and you not want to play this game. I'm telling you, you do not want to face Derrick Henry. He's the last guy on this tier list I want to see in the backfield. And of course, finally, we have Eric Dickerson. So Dickerson, when he first came out, he was the best. There's a bunch of backs that kind of caught up to him. His build is super unique, though. It really is. And he's one of those guys that I just don't want to face. 220, 6'3", basically 90 in all the important stats, or over 90 in all the important stats. Pass catching wise, not the greatest. But I'm actually going to put him, his build is good, right? That's why I'm going to put him over Walter. But if him and Walter weighed the same and stuff, and they had the same build, I would put Walter in front. But Dickerson, I would say, is kind of like the in-between Derrick Henry, Walter, Payton. I probably would say that. And this is a very unique tier list. Usually you don't get a tier list this top heavy, but that just goes to show you right now how much variety there is in this game at the running back position. And obviously, even on a theme team, you could see a lot of these guys. I would say a theme team could raise a card 1 or 2 tiers if you have it full, or just 40 out of 50. So yeah, that's the running back tier list. Drop a comment down below. My top 5 running backs currently Madden 23. Derrick Henry, Eric Dickerson, Walter Payton, Edgerrin James, and of course Emmett Smith rounding out the top 5. Drop a comment down below. What do you guys think? And as always, I will see you boys in the next one.